Hi there, Fabian Krause here from the Guyana Revenue Authority. This week, we focus on mortgage interest relief, or MIR as it is commonly known. We'll explain what is MIR and how to qualify as a beneficiary. We'll provide you with a step-by-step guide on the application process and why it's important and necessary to file the MIR claim early. This is where Focus on GRA begins.
Hi, so you have been approved for mortgage interest relief. Good. I'm here to make your day with an early bird offer from GRA. Get your mortgage interest relief refunded payment in 1 month's time when you file your income tax return online. Be sure to collect your 7B slip from your employer and Form 4 from your lending institution. Scan and upload them when submitting your return. File on time, file online using your Optimal eServices account. Returns are due on or before April 30, 2022. For more information on MIR, registration for eServices, or online return filing, call Tax Advisory Services section on telephone number 227-6060 extension 8000 or email taxadvisory@gra.gov.gy. Avoid MIR refund payment delay by filing online today.
Welcome to Focus on GRA. This is a program of information for taxpayer education. In 2013, the Guyana Revenue Authority began administering tax relief to individuals paying interest on a mortgage of less than 30 million Guyana dollars through a government initiative known as the Mortgage Interest Relief. To be considered eligible, individuals must apply to the Guyana Revenue Authority's Mortgage Interest Relief Unit. Ms. Nandi Husbands, the unit's manager, reveals more.
Persons who are first-time homeowners who would have obtained a loan for the purpose of acquiring their first home, building their first home, or purchasing land for the purpose of construction. The relief, it's really in the form of a tax refund. Why do I say that? Because ideally, only persons who report income and are paying taxes can actually benefit from the refund.
The administration of mortgage interest relief is governed by Section 20A1 of the Income Tax Act, Chapter 8101, and the supporting regulations. This law outlines pre-qualifiers for anyone wishing to access this tax relief.
It is a relief for first-time homeowners, persons who are now building or acquiring their first home, or purchasing land for the purpose of constructing their first home.
You are still eligible for mortgage interest relief if you are the sole or joint owner of the property and sole or joint borrower of the mortgage. However, only one person can be elected to receive the mortgage interest relief.
Another thing to consider, it's the loan amount. At present, mortgage interest relief is granted on mortgages that are approved for up to, I should say, $30 million. We are aware that there are times that the first loan taken to construct may not complete the building in its entirety. So, yes, you can make a further claim on an additional loan for the stated purpose of completing the construction of your first home.
MIR can be granted on each loan you take out for the purchase of the land or for the construction of your property you applied for the tax relief.
You may have an instance, let's say someone obtained a loan for $2 million to first acquire land. Mortgage interest relief can be granted on that loan. Thereafter, the applicant may start construction, obtain a loan for that purpose, perhaps $12 million. So you will now be approved mortgage interest relief on the first loan of $2 million in addition to your second loan of $12 million. Perhaps also that second loan did not allow you to fully complete your home given the escalating prices, you are able to obtain mortgage interest relief on a further loan. Be aware that the total of the loans should not exceed $30 million. So in each instance that your loan particulars change, you must engage the Guyana Revenue Authority to obtain approval on the new loan.
Finally, it is important that you are a compliant taxpayer if you wish to qualify for MIR.
You must have been filing your tax returns and paying your relevant taxes. Persons should be resident in Guyana. Additionally, you're expected to be residing at the property for which the mortgage interest relief is granted.
Welcome back. You're watching Focus on GRA. This is a program of information for taxpayer education. As part of the application process for mortgage interest relief, the applicant will need to fill out an application form and supply supporting documents. Information from the lending institution where the mortgage was approved is among the documents. On that note, we have invited officials from a few of those lending institutions to provide further information on the paperwork applicants will need to obtain. The Guyana Revenue Authority has collaborated with lending institutions, New Building Society, Hand in Hand Trust Corporation, and Trust Company Guyana Limited for the administration of mortgage interest relief. If a person meets the criteria to qualify for this tax relief, the application process begins at the GRA.
Persons seeking to benefit from mortgage interest relief should first obtain and complete the application form, which can be accessed online or it's available at any of our branch offices.
The application form must be submitted along with a set of supporting documents.
In support of their application, they submit a letter by lender, which is a letter simply issued by the lending institution and stating the purpose for the loan and the loan amount as the case may be. In addition, the applicant would submit a copy of the title document or transport, whether it's title, transport, a lease in some instances, along with a schedule issued by the bank outlining the interest that is to be paid over the life of the loan. They submit pictures of the property, their identification card, a copy of the loan agreement. One other important item we require applicants to provide us with their bank account details. And why this is important, providing your application is approved, payments are made directly to your bank account. So we encourage you to provide us with that bit of information in support of your applications.
The letter by lender or Form 2 and the schedule by lender Form 3 are available on the GRA's website. These forms must be completed by your lending institution. General Manager of Credit at Republic Bank Guyana, Venus Frith, says the process for completing your mortgage interest relief application with their bank is a simple one.
An applicant only needs to engage the bank with a valid form of national identification as proof of identity to initiate the process. From there, the bank proceeds to prepare the Form 2, which essentially is a standard letter addressed to the Commissioner General, Guyana Revenue Authority, to include information such as the applicant's name and address, the value of the loan, the purpose of the loan, whether it's for land purchase, construction of a house, or purchase of a turnkey house, interest paid for the year in consideration, and we'll also include an attachment that gives a breakdown or schedule of the interest and principal payments on the loan.
Frith cautions that mortgage interest relief applicants will have to allow the bank some time to complete the forms, which will then be submitted to the GRA.
Once we get to the point of preparing that letter, we usually provide a response to the customer within 1 week. However, there are instances where a first-time applicant only comes in after years of being eligible, and in such circumstances, we will then have to proceed to prepare Form 3, which would generally take a bit longer to prepare, and we would usually advise the client at that point in time that it will take a little more than a week. But the process overall is a very simple one from start to finish.
Apart from the commercial banks, financial institutions such as Hand in Hand Trust Corporation are also approved for the processing of mortgage interest relief.
So basically, we have a general list of requirements as the other banks. That is if they're building or if they're purchasing a home. Some of the requirements would be if they're purchasing the agreement to sale, and of course for the MRI, it will have to be their first home that they're purchasing. The difference with finance is that our repayment period maximum is 15 years for mortgage loans. Because we're not a commercial bank, so we're not permitted to give those long years as the other banks do.
Hand in Hand's Senior Clerk of Credit Administration Department, Anastasia Dionarine, notes the application process for mortgage interest relief with Hand in Hand Trust Corporation is pretty straightforward.
When the customer brought in the form to us, we would prepare the form 2, and we would send that back directly to GRA. And after the form 2 go into you guys, you would send us back a letter stating you want us to prepare the form 3. And the form 4, we would give that back to the customer. And so after that, the process when they're gonna bring it back, that they also bring a letter to us when you guys sent it to them. So we would tell them to come back to us, which would take like 3 to 5 working days.
After amassing all the necessary documents required for the application process, submission can be done one of 2 ways.
You have the option of submitting your applications online to refunds@gra.gov.gy, or you can submit your applications, bring it into any of our branch offices. Processing of MIR is always expedited. However, there are instances where the submission is incomplete, so officers will make contact with the applicant to advise of outstanding issues.
The GRA will schedule an interview with you after receiving the application.
Thereafter, your case a report is prepared, which is forwarded for approval. Once approval is granted, you're so informed and issued with an approval letter.
After being approved for mortgage interest relief, you are required to attach the original Form 4 from your lending institution, along with the emolument or 7B slip if employed, or income and expenditure statement if self-employed, when you are filing your income tax return.
And from the very first day, working day of any new year, they can come in. We would say that there's still need for more customer education on that. And so, discussions like this for the public is excellent because then, we make them aware. So hopefully this time around we can see persons coming in much earlier. So one of the things we'd like to stress, as Venus mentioned earlier, the very first working day of the year, from the very first working day of the year, we can start the process of applying for the Form 4.
We have a register that we created in our system. So we would add their names. So at the end of the new year, at the beginning of the new year, by the second month, we go through that list. We prepare all the Form 4s for the customer and await them to come and complete. So they do not have to request us back again to have the Form 4. We prepare that and leave it there for them to come and collect.
To ensure you receive your MIR refunds in a timely manner, it is important to file your tax returns and pay your taxes on or before the April 30 due date. Remember, you can't file your tax returns online using Optimal's e-services platform. But that's all the time we have for this edition of Focus on GRA. Before we go, we encourage you to visit our website for more information on mortgage interest relief. Our website is gra.gov.gy. You can send us your inquiries via email grapublicrelations@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on our social media pages as well for up-to-date tax-related information. Thank you for watching. I am Fabian Klaus saying stay safe, everyone.